Hi guys, this is Regina with Snacky Brown. Welcome back to my channel. Well, first, welcome to my channel. We'll be making everyday meals special, straight for you. We'll be exploring new recipes, and we want to work with whatever you already have in your house. Alright, so whatever you already have, this is what you have to work with, so that's what we're going to be working with. Anyway, today we're making meatloaf. It's gonna be bourbon meatloaf. I made that up about 30 minutes ago, and we'll be using 2 pounds of ground turkey. Okay, and you'll need 2 eggs. All right, and we have some. I'm out of breadcrumbs, so I had to make up some breadcrumbs, and I just toasted 4 slices of 100% whole wheat bread, and I seasoned it with some Italian seasonings and onion powder, garlic powder, and toasted it up, put it on broil, toasted it up a little bit with some olive oil, and I broke it up and I added some heavy cream here, and that's what you see there. Okay, and that's ready to go. So it's 4 slices. And for our seasoning, we have 1 full tablespoon or tablespoon of kosher salt, a half tablespoon of jalapeno powder, give it a little kick, a half tablespoon of cumin, a full tablespoon of onion powder, garlic powder, and smoked paprika. We also have some minced garlic because you can never get enough garlic. I also am going to be adding some fresh cracked pepper with this recipe, and I may be adding in a little bit of Creole seasoning. I do like Creole, okay? And all we're doing, and this here is the bourbon glaze that we'll be adding to the top. Let me show that here. I'll be glazing the top of the meatloaf with this here, okay? And we're just gonna start to combine everything. I'm just using a normal size baking dish. I'm gonna step back so you can see this. Normal size loaf baking dish. Okay, you can get this at any Walmart or Target, Macy's, Amazon, for that purpose. Okay. And what I like to do, hold on, I want to use a potato smasher. I hope you can hear all of that. So, if some people like to use their hands, like to get in there and everything, I'm trying not to use my hands today, but I want to make sure that you know that you can definitely use your hands. This is definitely a family-friendly recipe you can do with your kids. You can also make meatballs with this recipe if you were making spaghetti tonight and you wanted to do something different besides just adding the meat to the sauce. You could also create a meatball. I wouldn't put the bourbon on there, but the bourbon sauce, but just as a regular meatball, and mix that up with your spaghetti, make your meatball sub. There's many ways that you can play with that. Okay, so we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna show you. Alright, okay, so that's a little bit better. Okay, so I just want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've added the meat, okay, to the bowl, and we're going to start adding our eggs. Like I said, you just want to just make sure that you coat it really well. Okay, then we're going to start adding in our seasoning, kosher salt. Jalapeno powder, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, which is an excellent seasoning, smoked paprika, and then we're going to add a little bit of our Creole seasoning, about a tablespoon. Right, now we do want to add a little bit of fresh garlic here. Not a whole lot, but just about a tablespoon of fresh garlic. Ooh, I can smell that jalapeno powder, baby. So good. I just want to give this a stir really quickly before I move on to the breadcrumbs. And see, with me, like how I like to mix everything up is sometimes I'm turning the bowl while I'm mixing in the seasonings. Let me know how you like to mix it up. Alright, we're adding our fresh cracked pepper. If I sneeze, I do apologize. You want to get that pepper in there. Yes, more pepper. Fresh pepper. Okay? And once you've gotten a good amount of pepper on there, okay, you want to start to add the breadcrumbs, alright? Or, you know, if you have, it's perfect if you have panko crumbs or regular breadcrumbs, Italian seasoned breadcrumbs they have. Now I'm gonna use my potato masher and begin to really blend everything together, okay? And like I said, it's up to you if you want to use a potato masher or not. You can definitely use your hands, get the kids in there in the kitchen and get them involved in the cooking, get their hands in there, and you'll see how the mixture will start to thicken up because of those breadcrumbs, okay? You want to do this for a couple minutes until everything is really good and combined, all right? And then it's up to you how you want to do this next step. I've seen people do it several different ways. I'm just going to tell you the different ways that you can do it. And if you have another way besides those, you can definitely leave them in the comments below. Okay, so this is looking pretty good and combined, and it's thickened. All those breadcrumbs are seasoned, are in there. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the pan and set all this stuff aside. Alright, now here's our pan, and so a couple ways you can do this. One, if you have like a cooking spray, you want to just spray the pan, put the meat in there, and then go ahead and cook it or cover it with some aluminum foil. You can definitely do that. Some people like to take wax paper and cut the bottom or even the sides, and then put the meatloaf in there and bake it up inside of that. You can definitely do that as well. Or if you don't want to have anything, like, you know, certain surfaces of your cookware is already non-stick, so you don't necessarily need an additional agent to help you know, with the sticking. It's entirely up to you however you would like to. I am going to use a cooking agent, so I'll be right back with that, okay? Okay, so this here is just a simple non-stick butter cooking spray that I'm just going to spray the bottom and sides of the pan, and then I'm going to add the meatloaf and the glaze. And you just want to put like a nice coating if you choose to do coating. Some people, like I said, don't. You just want to do a simple coating and then go ahead and start to add in your meatloaf. Now, depending on your oven, it can take an hour to an hour and a half for the meatloaf to fully cook up. Okay? Sorry, I have something I have to do in just a few minutes, so I'm just trying to stay on task with everything that has to get done. As you all know, life is busy, and life stops for no one, right? So we have to keep moving. So because I don't have any breadcrumbs and I'm using bread, you are going to see little bits of bread in there, and that's okay. You know, when it bakes up, it's just going to make it that much more, textured and everything. Okay, so now what I'm doing now is just like flattening it out and making sure that the meatloaf is in every single corner, every single little nook and cranny, and there's no holes, or spaces where that is not covered. So you do want to just make sure that you flatten all of that out and make it as neat as possible. You can use the back of a spoon, the back of a fork, back of a butter knife, or one of these like baking spatulas if you have that. Okay? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this in the oven, and then after it's baked up for a little while, we're going to go ahead and add the glaze. Okay, and we are back. The meatloaf is finished. We put our glaze on, and now we're just going to plate everything up for you guys, okay? So just to show you guys the meatloaf, how everything turned out. So, sorry. Here's the glaze on top of the meatloaf, and you can pretty much put whatever type of glaze that you would like. I've just messed up my glove here. Just gonna take that off. Whatever you like, and we're just gonna plate this up with a little bit of mashed potatoes on the side. I'll be right back. Alright, and there you have it, bourbon meatloaf. I don't know if you see that. From our plate to yours with some mashed potatoes and a little bit of the bourbon seasoning on this side. Alright guys, so this is Snacky Brown signing off and saying always gather.